All right, time to talk about beach volleyball. It used to be called sand volleyball or outdoor volleyball, but now it's officially beach volleyball. And joining us is Sarah Cole, who's going to be in action this coming week as the Bears actually will be in Arizona, where the men's basketball team, you guys are going to play Friday and Saturday? It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You're going to be in Tucson for 2 days and 1 day up in the Phoenix area. Tell us how excited you guys are to get going, because now this is the very first time that sand volleyball is officially sanctioned, sponsored by the Pac-12 and the NCAA. There's going to be a national championship.
Yeah, we're beyond excited. We're going to have a Pac-12 championship this year, NCAA championship this year, and I think that really just brings a lot to our game and to our excitement level, because it means we have the potential to work towards a national championship for the first time that's recognized by the NCAA. And I think as a college athlete, that's everyone's ultimate goal. And so it gives us something to work towards and to look forward to competing in.
Sarah is from the San Jose area, and 3 or 4 years ago when the sand or beach volleyball came in institution, it was primarily comprised of players that were scholarship players for indoor volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
That's starting to change because it's now an officially sanctioned sport. Tell us the transition, because you played indoors, from being an indoor player versus a sand or an outdoor player. Tell us how that transition is.
Yeah, I think that playing indoor definitely helps because you have all the basic volleyball skills. And so it makes it easier to get onto the sand and play the game of volleyball, because in a lot of ways it is very similar. But in a lot of ways it's completely different, right? In indoor you have 6 people on the court at a time. The rallies go very quickly. You're on the hard surface, so everyone's jumping higher, moving quicker. There's a bigger court to cover. The sand court's actually smaller. The main difference is on the sand there's 2 people, so it's just you and your partner. So you have to contact the ball every single play. And I think that's the biggest transition for most people is, are you an all-around indoor player that can pass, set, hit, serve, do every single skill? Because on the sand you're required to. You can't be a specialist on the sand. So. It's
kind of like being a heptathlete in track and field. You have to have all the skills to be successful at that. Now, you started indoors. You were a defensive specialist. How did that help you in the transition?
Yeah, I think being a defensive specialist is one of the easier positions to transition to sand with. Something else that helped me was before I even came to Cal, I actually have played every single position indoor. Yeah, so opposite, middle, setter, defensive specialist, and outside hitter. But definitely being a defensive specialist helps. I think that serve receive is one of those unique skills that if you don't have experience doing it, it's very, very difficult to pick up quickly. And so having that in my arsenal definitely transitioned nicely.
You only are going to play on your side with 1 other player as opposed to 5 others. How important then is the chemistry between you and the other player? How compatible must you be to be successful?
Chemistry is huge. I've watched so many beach games where it's just very evident that chemistry is the deciding factor in which team won. That's something that we definitely recognize and talk about a lot on our team. And I just can't emphasize enough how important it is. Yeah. And chemistry, but in addition to that is strategy. Is, okay, with the partner that I'm with, what are her strengths and what are her weaknesses, what are mine, and really how can we mesh that into being one cohesive unit on the court, because it might be different from partnership to partnership. So I think compatibility and how you work with each other is huge when there's only 2 people on the court.
How important, it's important obviously in indoor volleyball, is the serve to set up points.
Yeah, it's crucial, especially I think even more so with sand, because since there are only 2 people on the court, that's a huge court to defend. And so if the other team gets an easy serve receive, set, hit opportunity, the offense is pretty simple because there's only 2 people on the other side to defend it. And so really the first line of defense, we always talk about this with sand, is the serve. And if you can get them out of system, you just made your life way simpler.
No question about it. Hey, the other thing we want to talk about is the beach volleyball had the highest GPA amongst all the teams on campus last year. How much pride do you guys take in that? You guys were a 3.421. It's sensational.
Yeah, we take huge pride in that. Something our coaching staff definitely emphasizes a lot is being winners in all aspects of life. So on the court, in the classroom, in the community. And so to have material evidence of that is really something special, and something we're trying to make happen again this year. But yeah, we definitely want to be just phenomenal women all around. So we're really proud of that.
Well, it starts this week. You've got 5 matches in the Tucson area Friday and Saturday, 2 more in Phoenix on Sunday. So you get right after it. I mean, it's like a softball team. They play like 8 games in a weekend. So you guys are going to have 7 matches. And tell us about the scoring for people that are not familiar with beach volleyball, how that goes.
Yeah, so the overall format, say we're in a duel against another team, we'll have 5 pairs competing. And it's similar to tennis in that the ones play the ones, twos play the twos. You have to win 3 of the pairs to win the match. Or the duel, excuse me. And within each of those pairs matches, you play best out of 3. And the first 2 sets will go to 21 points, and the third set will go to 15. And if anyone's ever watched, every 7 points, they switch sides. Yeah, and that's to keep the elements neutralized.
Yeah, because you've got sun, you got wind. I mean, you can have elements, so it definitely factors in, no question. Well, Sarah, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. I know you're excited. We're excited to watch you guys this year. So folks can get up to Clark Kerr and watch you guys compete. And it should be a promising season, an exciting season, and best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. Our pleasure. Sarah Cole, remember the beach volleyball team. They open this week down in the state of Arizona.